morning, children. Welcome to the next practical session of chemistry. Today we are going to study for properties of acids and bases. Aim: to study the properties of acids and bases by their reaction with litmus solution, zinc metal and sodium carbonate. Theory: when dissolved in water, acids release hydronium or H plus aqueous ions, whereas bases release OH minus ions. Bases that are soluble in water are called alkalis. Reaction with litmus solution: acid turns blue litmus red, whereas bases turn red litmus blue. Reaction with zinc metal: both acids and bases liberate hydrogen gas when they react with zinc. Hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound when a burning matchstick is brought near it. Dilute hydrochloric acid reacts vigorously with zinc metal, forming zinc chloride and liberates hydrogen gas. Zinc plus hydrochloric acid gives zinc chloride plus hydrogen gas is released. On heating sodium hydroxide solution, it reacts slowly with zinc metal, forming sodium zincate and releases hydrogen gas. Zn plus NaOH gives Na2ZnO2 plus H2. Third, reaction with solid sodium carbonate. Acid releases carbon dioxide when they react with a carbonate. Carbon dioxide turns lime water milky and alkali does not react with carbonate. Dilute hydrochloric acid reacts with solid sodium carbonate and release carbon dioxide. Na2CO3 plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. Sodium hydroxide does not react with solid sodium carbonate. Materials required: clean hard glass test tube and boiling tubes, test tube holder, matches, Bunsen burner, laboratory stand, droppers, corks fitted with delivery tube, bent twice at right angles, dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute sodium hydroxide solution, blue litmus solution, red litmus solution, small pieces of granulated zinc metal, solid sodium carbonate, clear lime water, tissue paper and distilled water.
Good morning, children. Today we are going to conduct the practicals for chapter 2 acid, bases and salts for 10th standard science subject. In this practicals we are going to study for the properties of acids and bases. For that I have HCl acid over here and I have diluted this acid. So I have taken dilute HCl acid. Now children, how do you dilute an acid? So let's do it and see first. Now this is the HCl acid I have taken. This is a concentrated acid of HCl. And you take water. So I have taken water and going to add it drop by drop and continuously stir it. Children, why we need to put acid in water and not water in acid? Because this dilution process is an highly exothermic process. So, if you do not add acid in water, then due to localized heating, the solution will splash out and there will be accidental lesions on our skin and our body. So, this is how you add drop by drop acid, concentrated acid to water for the process of dilution of an acid. Now, I have sodium hydroxide. Okay, this sodium hydroxide is present in the pellet forms. I'll just show to you. Pellets means you can see these flakes, white color flakes of calcium hydroxide are seen. White color, so the sodium hydroxide which is present in the form of flakes. And this is the water which I have taken in the beaker. And I just add the flakes of sodium hydroxide to it. This is the glass rod and I will stir this with the help of a glass rod. And and observe that all the pellets get dissolved in the solution. So this is nothing but the sodium hydroxide solution which we are diluting. Sodium hydroxide is a base, children, and hydrochloric acid, as the name suggests, it is an acid. So almost all the pellets have got dissolved in it. Then we are going to need zinc metal. I'll show you the zinc metal also. You can observe the zinc metal has got a silvery grey shine. Silvery grey shine it is. This is how a zinc metal looks, right? So we are going to use it. It's also termed as the granules of zinc metal. And we have sodium carbonate. So with all these chemicals, we are going to perform the practicals and check. So first test is for the litmus test. For that I have red litmus paper and the blue litmus paper. So we will arrange this litmus paper on this white tile. I have taken a glazed white tile, and on that I will put the solutions. So let's do it. This is the red litmus paper and the blue litmus paper. Okay. So I have this one drop. I'll add a drop of acid on it, on both the blue litmus paper also and on the red litmus paper also. So I had this, you can observe, children. The red litmus paper is not affected. There is no change when I am adding an acid on the red litmus paper. But you can observe that the blue litmus paper has turned red in color. Now it tells us that the acids react with the blue litmus paper, that is, they change the blue litmus paper to red, showing that hydrochloric acid is acidic in nature, right? Now let's check the solution with the blue litmus and the red litmus of sodium hydroxide. So again I will take, children, the blue litmus paper. Can anybody tell me that why we are using a white tile? Okay. See, children, a white tile will show you a clear distinction in the color, and that is why we use it. Okay. Now I have washed this dropper also, and just pour sodium hydroxide solution on the blue litmus paper and the red litmus paper, right? Observe the color change, children. You can observe the red litmus paper has turned blue and the blue litmus paper is unchanged. So we can say that the bases, they react with the red litmus paper, showing a change that red litmus paper turns blue, whereas the blue litmus paper turns red. Now for our next test. That is with the zinc metal. So I will take a little bit of solution of acid in a test tube. Dilute HCl I have taken, children, and I am keeping it here. This is an acid, and I will add zinc metal to it. I have zinc metal over here. You can see this, one small piece I have taken, and I will just add the zinc metal to the acid. Observe the reaction, children. There are brisk effervescence, you can see, that is very minute bubbles can be observed on the, that is, the zinc is reacting with acid, forming gas, white color gas, And when I bring the burning sphincter near the mouth of the test tube, it will burn with a pop sound as the gas evolved as hydrogen gas. You can observe how beautifully the zinc metal is getting reacted with the acid. And here there are gases formed. So when zinc reacts with hydrochloric acid, a salt zinc chloride is formed with the evolution of hydrogen gas. So this is the reaction of zinc metal with hydrochloric acid. Let's take sodium hydroxide and observe. This is the sodium hydroxide solution. And I have taken a small amount of it. I put a zinc metal in it, a small granule of it in it. This is the zinc metal which I have. I need to take a small part. Okay, here I have, and I add it to it. You will observe that it is not reacting immediately as you saw the reaction of zinc and HCl. But still a bubble has started. So we will heat this reaction a bit. We are not going to boil the solution, but we will just warm it. So we have warming this test tube. We are not going to heat it very strong. As children, if you can observe, there are bubbles at the top showing you evolution of the gas, a colorless gas. And when you bring the burning sphincter near the mouth of the test tube, then it will burn with a pop sound. So this is the characteristic feature of hydrogen gas. So it burns with a pop sound. It is colorless, light in weight and highly combustible. Okay. So here I keep. And if you can observe, the reaction is taking place. Bubbles are formed. The bubbles show that there is evolution of gas taking place. Children, can you recollect the reaction which is taking place between zinc and sodium hydroxide? When zinc reacts with sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium zincate with the evolution of hydrogen gas. So the bubbles which we are observing over here at the top, these are the bubbles of hydrogen gas. And when you bring a burning sphincter near the mouth of the test tube, it will burn with a pop sound showing that it is an hydrogen gas has been evolved. Right? Moving to our next reaction, that is with sodium carbonate. So we will react sodium carbonate with HCl as well as NaOH, and let's observe. So here I have a test tube in which I will take hydrochloric acid. This is the hydrochloric acid which I have taken. To it I will add sodium carbonate. You can see, children, very little amount I have added, and you can see the brisk effervescence of the gas coming out. When this gas is passed through the lime water, it turns the lime water milky. So this brisk effervescence is of carbon dioxide gas. I'll add little more. You can observe the reaction. You can observe the reaction, children. That is, brisk effervescence of carbon dioxide gas is formed. So HCl reacts with sodium carbonate to form carbon dioxide gas, right? And sodium chloride plus water, these are the byproducts which are formed in this reaction. Now let us take the solution of sodium hydroxide and react sodium carbonate with it. This is a sodium hydroxide solution, and this is a sodium carbonate. Let's just add it to it. What can you observe, children? There is no reaction taking place, isn't it? That is, sodium carbonate does not react with sodium hydroxide. Why is it so? Now, we have sodium metal present in sodium carbonate and sodium hydroxide, again a sodium metal. So, the sodium metal cannot replace its own metal. That is why we do not observe any kind of reaction. So, sodium carbonate does not react with sodium hydroxide. So, this becomes a distinguishing feature between the acids and the bases. That is, if a sample A and B is given to you, which is not, you are not knowing that whether it is an acid or a base. So, you can test it with sodium carbonate in order to check whether it is an acid or a base. So, this becomes a distinguishing characteristic reaction also to distinguish between an acid and a base. So children, here we had observed for the properties of acids and bases where we conducted the first test as the litmus test, where we had seen that the red litmus paper turns blue when the solution is basic in nature and the blue litmus paper turns red when it is acidic solution. Then second is we tested for the HCl acid and sodium hydroxide with the zinc metal. So zinc metal reacted with hydrochloric acid releasing zinc hydrogen gas and zinc chloride salt was formed. Whereas when zinc reacted with sodium hydroxide, a salt sodium zincate was formed along with the release of hydrogen gas. The third reaction was the action of hydrochloric acid with sodium carbonate, where you saw the brisk effervescence of carbon dioxide gas was released and with the formation of sodium chloride and water. Whereas when zinc reacted with sodium carbonate, it showed no reaction. That means zinc carbonate did not react with sodium hydroxide solution. So this was your practicals for your properties of acids and bases.
Observation are as follows. Inference. Litmus test. HCl is acidic in nature as it turns blue litmus red. HCl does not change the color of the red litmus solution. Base. Sodium hydroxide is basic in nature and hence turns red litmus solution blue. Sodium hydroxide does not change the color of blue litmus solution. Reaction with zinc metal. Zinc metal reacts with dilute HCl to form zinc chloride and liberates hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas forms an explosive mixture with air and burns with a pop sound when a burning matchstick is brought near it. Base. Zinc metal reacts with sodium hydroxide solution on heating, forming sodium zincate with liberation of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen forms an explosive mixture with air and hence burns with a pop sound when a burning match is brought near it. Reaction with solid sodium carbonate. The gas evolved is carbon dioxide. The reaction between solid sodium carbonate and dilute hydrochloric acid is given below as Na2CO3 plus 2HCl gives NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O. Carbon dioxide gas reacts with lime water to form insoluble calcium carbonate suspension and hence makes it appear milky. CaOH twice plus CO2 gives CaCO3 plus H2. In base, sodium hydroxide solution does not react chemically with solid sodium carbonate. Precautions. HCl and NaOH should be handled with care as they may cause burning of skin and damage clothes. While performing the reaction with zinc metal, use only small quantities of dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute sodium hydroxide and zinc metal. Otherwise, a large quantity of hydrogen gas may get released which may carry an explosion. Rinse the test tubes with distilled water before using them. Do not heat the reaction mixture of zinc and dilute NaOH up to boiling point. Thank you, children.